welcome back to another episode of What Travis Says. My name is Travis, and today let's talk about Doctor Who. More specifically, the villain, the Celestial Toymaker. The Celestial Toymaker has long been considered one of the Doctor's most dangerous villains, although he's only appeared in one Doctor Who adventure all the way back in 1966. But with the upcoming 60th anniversary special, Neil Patrick Harris's role as a villain has sort of been kept under wraps, although he's had some very telling set photos. And just recently it was announced that yes, Neil Patrick Harris will be playing the titular villain, the Celestial Toymaker. As I said, the Toymaker has only ever appeared in one classic Doctor Who adventure opposite First Doctor William Hartnell. Unfortunately for us, 3 of those 4 episodes of the adventure are considered lost. The only one that remains in its entirety is the 4th part of that adventure, the final test. Now, in this classic adventure, the Doctor and his companions stumble into a strange domain which happens to be controlled by the Celestial Toymaker. A strange force suddenly renders the Doctor completely invisible. His companions, Stephen and Dodo, venture outside of the Tardis, and then boom, the Doctor becomes visible again. And even though this is the Toymaker's first appearance in Doctor Who, the Doctor is familiar with the Toymaker and his world. The Doctor explains that the Toymaker succeeded in creating his own little pocket reality world where he takes people and treats them as playthings. He's a pretty evil guy. Dodo suggests they just leave in the TARDIS, which, you know, would make sense, except the Toymaker appears and causes hundreds of TARDISes to be shown on a conveyor belt and says, yeah, take your pick. The Toymaker then abducts the Doctor, and then he reappears with Stephen and Dodo and says that they must beat his toys, these 2 clowns, in a series of games. Each time the companions win, they get to pick a TARDIS out of the hundreds of TARDISes, hoping to get the genuine article in order to escape. Back in the toy room where the Doctor was taken, the Toymaker appears and tells him that last time they almost met, he wasn't able to challenge his intelligence, but this time, it's different. Again, alluring to the fact that the Doctor and the Toymaker are very familiar with each other. The Toymaker believes that removing the Doctor from the TARDIS, he now has a very brilliant mind to play with for all of time. The Toymaker claims that the Doctor traveling all of time and space has made his mind weak, which the Doctor disagrees. The Doctor's companions, Stephen and Dodo, continue to win their games against the clowns, proving a little more difficult for the Toymaker than he originally intended. He's kind of frustrated. The Doctor is meanwhile beating the Toymaker's puzzle game brilliantly, much to the Toymaker's displeasure. Stephen and Dodo win their games, they get the correct TARDIS, and then they go to find the Doctor. They all 3 get into the TARDIS, but then it doesn't go anywhere. Something is happening, something is wrong with the TARDIS. The Doctor bursts out of the TARDIS and accuses the Toymaker of interfering with his ship. But the Toymaker reminds him that the block game is not finished and they are unable to leave until it is. Upon getting to the final move, ready to beat the game, the Doctor realizes that doing so will unravel the entire universe of the Toymaker with them inside. Although the Doctor realizes that he can force this final move with his voice by mimicking the Toymaker's voice from the safety of his TARDIS. The TARDIS dematerializes as the Toymaker's world is destroyed in a fantastic explosion. However, with the upcoming 60th anniversary special, we know that that was not the last time that we are going to see the Toymaker in the series. He has also appeared multiple times in the novels, comics, audiobooks. The Toymaker has gone against the 6th Doctor, the 12th Doctor, even the 8th Doctor. But going into the 60th anniversary special, there are 3 big things that we should understand about the Celestial Toymaker. Number 1, he is an impossibly old entity. The Doctor says when he first met the Toymaker was only a couple thousand years old. In the comics, the 12th Doctor claims that the Toymaker spawned in the chaos before time itself. In the audio series, the seventh Doctor describes the Toymaker as an elder god from the beginnings of the universe. Number 2, the Celestial Toymaker likens himself to a god, for good reason. He can create worlds and universes, manipulate reality, control people, which by and large makes him much more dangerous than many other of the Doctor's villains. And 3, the Toymaker plays games, but he doesn't ever play fair. Within his realm, the Toymaker's powers are limited to the rules that he sets for certain games. However, time and time again, he bends the rules or just forgets to mention rules if he feels like it. If certain games aren't already rigged in his favor, the Toymaker can make the rules intentionally vague to give his opponents a clear disadvantage. If the Toymaker wins the game, his opponents are turned into playthings for the rest of time. If the Toymaker loses, his realm is destroyed, but hey, he can just make another one. But in the upcoming 60th anniversary special trailers, it seems that the Toymaker is in our reality instead of just staying in his own reality, which is strange considering the Toymaker usually wants to stay in his realm to a fault. Which makes me wonder, is the regeneration into David Tennant's face once again the doing of the Celestial Toymaker? Oh, fun fact I almost forgot to mention, the Toymaker adventure of William Hartnell's series was almost Hartnell's last appearance as the Doctor. When the Doctor disappears and then they go outside the TARDIS and he reappears, he was going to reappear as a different actor. The episode coincided with the end of Hartnell's contract, and if it wasn't going to be renewed, they were just going to go with someone else. But his contract was renewed. Let me know your thoughts on the Celestial Toymaker in the comments down below and where you think this 60th anniversary is going to go with this new iteration of the Toymaker. Do you think he had something to do with the Doctor's regeneration into Tennant? What is up with that accent? And why is he in our realm instead of his own realm? Unless this is his own realm and for some reason that's why Donna is involved, and oh my gosh, my brain hurts. I need this special to happen now so I can know what's going on. But that's it for this episode of What Travis Says. My name is Travis. Thank you for listening to what I have to say, and you will see me soon.